playing Honkai Star Rail. Right now I'm trying to decide what missions do I want to do. Let's go with the cleric quest today.
The thief has stolen parts again? How am I going to track down this... Oh, it's you! There have been a few unusual thefts in the dwelling over the past few. The vagrants say that the parts they worked so hard to obtain have completely, despite our investigations, no one has been able to track down the thief. What's even stranger is that the vagrants had no choice but to ask Mr. Svarog to look into it. But he still hasn't found anything. I investigated the matter myself, but I came up empty-handed. Jeez. I'm baffled. What a strange thief. Are you also here to look into this case? Perhaps if we work together, we can uncover some clues that I missed. It's just... I haven't found enough clues yet. Oh! I heard the vagrants on patrol last night ran across the thief again, but I haven't had time to look into it. Should we go ask them? You sound so cool. You're like one of the characters from Mr. Svarog's movies. Aren't they called detectives? Seeing you so fired up has me excited too. Now, let's get started.
Alright.
Sir, how are you? I heard you saw the thief who stole the parts last night. Can you tell us what happened?
Ah! Oh, Clara, it's you. I did see the thief last night, but who is this person next to you? Trailblazer? Oh, I know. You're the outsider who's made a name for himself around town, right?
Yep.
Wow. I feel way better knowing that a big shot like you is here to catch the thief. Hold on. I'll explain what happened last night. Okay. So, last night I was on... Goodness! Okay. I'll explain slowly. I was cold and hungry while on patrol last night, so I decided to return to the dwelling and heat up some leftover canned food for a snack. When I entered the tent, the thief's... I couldn't see the thief's face because the tent was so dark, but I could tell he wasn't a nice guy. Because when he turned to flee, he swung a knife right across. I could feel the blades chill on my cheeks. Also, I saw the outline of him in the dark. The fella's head was... Can you believe that?
I guess.
You're right. I see. I'll jot it down. Sir, please take a deep breath. So...
Yes!
I'm struggling.
Can you just accuse me like that? I was terrified. How could I be an accomplice?
I'm sorry. He was just joking.
Ah, yes, I remember something. While the culprit was hurrying to escape, he knocked...
This is a crucial clue.
I think he ran that way. No?
Take a look at these marks. They point in that direction.
Uh-huh. Okay, it's obviously a robot that did this.
The tracks stop here. This is where the mechanic... Oh, okay. I'll follow you. Let's split up. Wait.
Make a wish.
It's a tiny robot? Is it searching for something? It looks like it's carrying the vagrant's missing part and those tracks and metal scratches we noticed. It appears we're thinking the same thing. This small robot doesn't appear to be a Bellobot creation. It looks like it's been welded together from random... Ah! It's noticed us!
Human. Injured. Hurt. Please don't.
I don't understand what it's saying, but it doesn't appear to be trying to flee or attack us. It appears to be trying to say something. Is it trying to say, please don't hurt me, humans?
Human. Parts. Rivet. Need. Repair. Need parts.
It appears to have a malfunction, but it seems that it needs... I've never seen a robot with this... Although the small robot appears to want to communicate, its speech is all scrambled. Perhaps there's an issue with its language module. This little guy probably can't understand what we're saying either.
Run.
Oh.
Escape. Open. Fire.
It's run. No. Let it escape. What should we do? We gotta stop it. But...
Hurt. Pain. No. Hurt. Don't. Pain.
Oh, I don't like the application.
Sorry. Sorry. Hurt. Suffer. Pain.
Why?
Sorry. Pain.
It seems to have stopped working.
I don't understand what just happened.
Was it begging for mercy? I guess we should return this little fella and the parts. I think I can... I'll repair it. And if I can't, I'll ask Mr. Svarog for help. He always knows what to do.
Initiating assessment of the robot's condition.
Well, Mr. Svarog is assessing this little fella. But one thing is for certain. This little fella is not... Its design is... Well, it really... Is it a failed robot pet creation? But if it's a pet... I've heard that some vagrants in the dwelling keep the little robot. Some vagrants also make modifications. Pets like that are pretty... If my memory serves me right... This robot... I'm sorry. This jack's placement is... odd. The chip is buried deep...
Assessment of the robot's condition is complete. The shell damage is... The assessment concludes that a total recovery is impossible. It is recommended that the robot's external shell be removed and replaced, while keeping the outer circuitry and related transmission devices.
You can always rely on Mr. Svarog to come up with the brilliant... I'm not sure if anyone sells this kind. There must be some robot shells lying around the machine graveyard. I'm gonna return the parts to the vagrants first. Really? You could have what it takes to be a prospector. Then, I'll entrust this task to you, big brother. Look for Toby at the front entrance.
Alright. Here we go.
Hello, guests of Miss Clara. Please. Miss Clara has assigned me the task of planning your sightseeing route in the machine graveyard. I will guide you down the path. Would you like to engage in super speed mode? If so, please confirm by spinning counterclockwise 10 times. Then clockwise by 270 degrees.
They're getting too close for my comfort.
Let's test your knowledge.
Destiny's course is becoming apparent. The seal of ill fate descends.
Let's go.
Again, the ill tidings manifest.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
We have arrived at our first destination. This model is known as the Dire Wolf, and was scrapped after it sustained piercing.
Robot pet battles sound a little frightening. The inside of the...
We are on our way to the second... Caution! You have exceeded the speed limit. Please obey Bellabog traffic laws. On the road, safety is the top priority.
I'm asking the questions. Never stop thinking.
The threads of destiny aren't chosen. The seal of ill fate descends.
Let's make it quick.
About this!
That'll take. Savor the vigor of it.
You have answers. Let's test your knowledge.
There we go.
0 points. Next.
Perfect.
Another precious memory to hold on to.
We have arrived at our second destination. This machine was scrapped because it accelerated erratically for 7.1 kilometers after it incorrectly interpreted a command, causing the engine to catch fire and the...
That is such an odd reason to be... However...
Your trip has concluded. Your trip has concluded. I appreciate you putting your trust in Toby. A 5-star review for this trip has been automatically generated for you. You're welcome.
Toby's kind of funny.
Huh.
Come on.
Clara, it's time for a break. You shouldn't repair machines when you have negative emotions. It's bad for your physical and mental health.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. I'm fine. Oh, you're back already. How did it go? Did Toby help you find this shell? But it shouldn't matter. The structures of these small robots are nearly identical. Thank you for bringing this to me. I finished extracting that chip from the small robot. Now, I'll...
New robot show.
Although its appearance has changed a lot, I think we did a good job. But what I just did... Is it
Not compatible. Incompatible.
Oh.
Huh? It's making a...
Incompatible.
What's going on?
Incompatible.
Risk level high. Clara.
Big brother, watch out!
Incompatible.
I'm asking the questions.
Incompatible. 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 Incompatible.
Fail. Get out.
Terminate.
Ew. That was close. Why did the little fella... Was there...
Troubleshooting. Assessment. The system on the chip and the new hardware are incompatible. The current issue has been resolved. Risk level.
It appears to have adjusted to its new shell after the but I'd like to keep a closer eye on it for... I'm also curious about where this little fella came from. I need to look into something. Thank you, big Mr. Svarog.
Accessing Nate.
I should come back to Clara later.
Okay. Man, did I feel uncomfortable.
It's getting late. Where to now?
You. Your cover? What are you talking about? Let me guess. Natasha, what's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be over before I know it. Of course not. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway. For people in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money.
So, are you
What
serious?
else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. I guess I'm too proud. You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. I've already thought this through. Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great. I love that. Natasha's brother. They both used to practice medicine back in Rivertown. I heard he was a top student from the overall medical academy. Bellabog's main hospital wanted him. I have no idea what convinced him to set up down here. You think I don't want to? I heard that he... I should keep my voice down. I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous at her...
And you believe?
It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that. Forget I said anything. Since I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be loud. Ah! Follow-up. Natasha's, but at this age, it's rather a lot to bear, even if they... That girl's always trying to get me to take my medicine on time. My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. Then, one day, he said he was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. I miss him. Do you think so? Wouldn't he? Okay, you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Hmm? Did you want to say... Virtual who? All right, I heard you.
Avoiding a follow-up visit because of her husband. I should find another patient.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too? You should head on back then. Thank Dr. Natasha for her concern. I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people. A dispute? No. She's the only kind-hearted doctor in the underworld. I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic and no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatments. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some, even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You're smarter. Life forces you to the edge. You'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risk for people like us. A slow and torturous treatment is the same. Forget it. Listen up, you must. Here, take this.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha about this.
It's not like he's gonna know.
I wish you all a journey that is... So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results. And now any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid. I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine.
Oh.
What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here. I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. Thank you. Those patients weren't exactly singing my praises. Thank you for having faith in me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic.
Oh.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it. People's doctor, that's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't have cared less about the people taking the medicine. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing lab rats. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
She got a good head.
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff... Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doc. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
Oh, wow.
I wish you all a journey that is free. I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relation, I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want...
Yeah, Natasha. You're on my team anyway. I'm gonna, of course, do your quest. Oh. Lonely woman.
Who are you? Who? And... Where's my husband? Where are they? You don't know. Where?
Come over here, child. It's best. That poor lady. Both her husband. Yes. Before her family passed away, she was a carefree young woman. Her husband and child caught a mysterious illness. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, both the two began to suffer terribly. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her, just unlucky. Oh.
Well, are you hurt? Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the... Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project. His research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to... As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld. Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, she brought her brother underground, and I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subject. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget the result. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. That's why I want you to help me. Thank you. This will be hard for the... You mustn't hesitate. Go. I'll be...
Alright, Natasha. I'll get rid of the people using your brother's legacy.
Make a wish.
Stop right there. Oh, playing the hero, are we? Is this a stick-up? Wait a minute, you're that clinic woman's lackey, aren't you? Did you think the Mutual Aid Society didn't have its own She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash. Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
I'm asking that never stop thinking. Fail. Get out.
What would you like to know this time?
Let's go. Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take...
Who are
listen
you?
here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine, only to be snatched away by a... The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat? My Mutual Aid Society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road.
She would never.
Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our operations, aren't you? Fine, seeing as you came all this way. Men, seize the medicine.
Does this guy not know who we are?
Do you have answers? Let's test your knowledge.
The threads of destiny, the seal of ill fate descends.
Let's make it quick.
How about this?
Boom. Boom.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
Moneymaker? So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives, you're in it to get rich.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later. I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them. The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still owe those patients.
There we go, man. I really like Natasha. I kind of wish we would have saw her more in the main story, but I like
It's getting
her
late.
either way.
Uh-oh. It looks like the patients have surrounded...
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patient.
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be?
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface? I almost forgot that you were an overworld...
Have some respect for...
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell... I'm out of here.
Wait, what? It's not like I'm gonna believe him.
I wish you all a journey that is free of... Oh, you're here. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. If I were in his shoes, I might well have had the same reaction. Now I need to focus on treating the patients and dispelling their doubts. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that Vash left us. Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story. If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask.
Was he your father?
No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been. I, actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that life changed for me. My adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood. And Vash loved me like a sister. That is while we were still young. My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. When we were older, both of us got straight into Belobog's medical school. We were on a path into the medical profession. He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be absurdly obsessive. Like a completely different person. Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, he'd apologize and comfort me. He was conflicted in that way. I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked. If you fail to make a clean break with the past... That's a long story. He saw the human body's vulnerability. I do admire his vision and perseverance. I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to... I was too young to know what long...